Hey everyone, this is Fig from Moontime Arts. I just finished a new collection and I wanted to unload the kiln with you. Let's do it. I made some more mushroom coaster sets. Each one has a different mushroom on it. These are some of the designs. And I sell these in sets of 3. I made many more mini tarot cards. Here's a few examples. The Magician, the Moon, the Star, one of my favorites, the Fool, and the High Priestess. The mini tarot cards I make are all a part of the major arcana, with the addition of one card, which is the Ace of Cups. Collect them all. I did something new this time. I used the same mini tarot card designs, but I created pendants to turn into necklaces. Here's an example of one, the Sun and the Hermit. I'm going to add bands to these and they'll be available as pendant necklaces. And I'll probably do that in a second restock after I stock everything that's ready now. I'll post that and then I'll take some time to make new jewelry. I made some mushroom spoon rests. They're similar in style to my mushroom coasters. They are also made with the same speckled clay and have the matte green glaze around the rim. But this is a slightly different mushroom design, and I've added some touches of red, and each one is unique. If you know me and my work by now, you know that there are some thematic design elements that I really love, and one of them is eyeballs. And I especially like them in the color of the evil eye. So I made this little trinket dish. Could be used for decoration, could be used for magical purposes, on an altar, whatever you think. I made a couple of these flat rainbows, and I have some ideas of what I could turn them into, or I might just use them as is as a decoration, or maybe put a hook on the back to hang them on a wall. We shall see. Another theme in my work I use often is rainbows, because I love colors and because I'm queer, so yay. The world always needs more rainbows, I think. As always, I made a couple more egg trays. This one is in this cool sagey green with some browns and earth tones around the rim. I like this glaze combo. And this one is in the lovely azure blue that I always like how it turns out. This glaze color goes really well with the color of eggs, and I always think about that when I pick the different glazes for egg trays. I know there's all different kinds of colored eggs, and I try to pick things that will showcase them nicely and complement them in colors. I started making these egg trays because I have backyard chickens, and when you have fresh eggs, you're able to store them on the countertop. And I thought that this was a convenient and aesthetically pleasing way to store them and just sort of showcase their beauty. Coffee break. I made a set of these rainbow heart dessert plates with a new clay body, and it's Laguna's buff speckled. I really like the way that speckled clay looks, especially with glazes on top. So I wanted to try a slightly darker color of clay. I usually do white with speckles. This one is more of a tan. And test out the colors of my underglazes with this rainbow, and I feel like it showed up pretty well. What do you think? These are a variety of little charms that I've made. I have some different ideas for these. I thought that I might hang them from some of my tarot card altars. Maybe some will appear in jewelry, or maybe I'll do some more sculptures that they hang from, or I might just sell some of them as charms for each person to just do what they want with. But I did have a fun time glazing all these tiny pieces with a tiny little brush, and I think they turned out really cool. What do you think? I work with tarot cards in my spiritual practice, and I am very interested in the imagery of tarot, and I have already included that in my work in other ways with mini tarot cards. But I had these tarot underglaze transfers that I wanted to turn into altars that you can hang on the wall. This one is the star. And they have little hangers here that I will be able to hang some crystals and some of those little charms that I made. Here we have the sun. And the moon. And the way that I've decorated these and the imagery that I have included around the cards are all representative and symbolic of the meanings of the cards. I wanted them to tie together thematically, and I really like how they've turned out. And I can't wait to see what these look like on the wall with their little danglies and, you know, being used for their intended purpose as a small altar. I did a small series of plant pressed dishes, and I love making these because I'm also a gardener. I love plants. I use plants for beauty and medicine and gardening and food and everything, really. And I just have a really special connection with them. So whenever there's something to harvest, it's an excuse to combine my love of plants with clay. I always like to do that. I did a couple square dishes. Let me know if you can name any of these plants. I spent a lot of this collection hand building because it's a bit easier on my body. And I wanted to continue my exploration of mushroom mugs, so I decided to make a completely new design that was hand built, and this is how they turned out. They have Amanita mushroom inspired handles. It's with speckled clay and some underglaze transfers. I've made a few of these crescent moon tea sets now, and I just love them. The tray is in the shape of a crescent moon, and it comes with these two matching hand-built teacups with the star and moon celestial design. And I like to glaze it in this cobalt blue, just because it reminds me of the night sky, and a little bit of the speckles shine through like stars. So it's the perfect excuse to sit down and have a cup of tea or coffee with someone and just enjoy your time with your pottery and your drinks and your friends. Here is everything all together. Well, that was fun, and I think most things turned out pretty well, so I'm happy with the results of this latest collection. Some of these things will be available right away, and I will be spending some more time making jewelry. And if you would like to be notified when this next collection of jewelry and pendants and charms is going to be available, including tarot card necklaces, amongst other things, you can go ahead and sign up for my email list, and I will not be bothering you. I only use it to tell people when I have new work available or once in a while when I'm having a sale. If you are interested in purchasing any of these pieces, go ahead and visit my Etsy shop. It is moontimearts.etsy.com, and check out what I've got stocked up in new inventory and maybe a bit of old inventory. See if anything strikes your fancy. Everything I make with love and intention, and I love being able to create objects that get to be a part of people's everyday rituals. So thanks for all of you who have been watching, supporting me, customers. I really appreciate it.